afternoon, everyone. In the last 2 years in the United States, the auto fatality rate has risen by 14%, yet the miles driven has risen by a little over 6%. Right, so fatalities have risen twice as fast as miles driven. So what's going on? Because cars are supposed to be getting safer, is it possible and probable that drivers are getting worse? And we think it is. So I'd like to do a quick poll. Raise your hand if in the last week you've been driving your car and you've used your phone while you've been driving. Okay, yes, we have some honest people in the audience, thank you. What we find in our studies is that 88% of drivers will use their phone sometime during the week when they're driving, and they'll use it on average between 14 and 22% of drive time. That's a lot of time. So we know distracted driving costs billions of dollars each year. In the US, 40,000 people died last year, which was a new record. Hundreds of thousands of people were injured, and about 24% of accidents have something to do with distracted driving. And we know that distracted driving is hitting the loss ratios of insurers very hard. The past 2 years, insurers have raised premiums significantly, yet the combined ratios aren't getting any better. So we know it's very hard for consumers to put down their phones, but hopefully what I'll show you today is something that gives us a fighting chance to do that. For those of you who don't know TrueMotion, we provide technology to insurers, smartphone telematics technology that helps them run their usage-based and behavior-based insurance programs. And our customers are great insurers like Progressive, which is the number 4 insurer in the US, but is the number 1 telematics insurer in the world. And they evaluated 11 companies and selected TrueMotion to power their mobile snapshot program. And today, we're live in pricing insurance in 26 states with Progressive and growing. Travelers, MetLife, American Family, and lots of other great companies in the US, Canada, and Europe. TrueMotion's technology has 5 main capabilities. So the first is that we're able to use the sensor data on the phone and turn that into driving data. So trips, miles, brakes, speeding. We can also tell if a driver is making phone calls or using the phone while they're driving, including very, very dangerous behavior like swiping and typing. Third capability is that we use machine learning and some data science magic to filter out bus trips and train trips and other non-car trips and detect the driver or the passenger. And unlike others, we do this very accurately and automatically, and there's no start-stop button, and there's no hardware. It's a critical capability you have to have if you're going to be doing smartphone telematics. The fourth capability we provide are insurance-ready scores, driver scores that you can use in your pricing and rating, and we're the first company in the world to get regulatory approval for a distracted driving score in the United States. Fifth and last, we provide beautiful applications that help drivers understand the who, what, when, where, why of their driving behavior and provide them nudges and coaching to help them improve. And last year in DIA Barcelona, TrueMotion won the Diamond Prize for our behavior-based insurance application. And today, we're proud to introduce a new application that's focused exclusively on distracted driving and on rewards, and we call it Mojo. Let's take a look. Okay, so the first thing you'll see with Mojo is let me tell you, what we've learned over 3 years has been astounding, and what we've learned is that there are 3 great ways to change the behavior of drivers. So it's awareness, results, and gamification. So under awareness, the first thing you'll see is a big, bright score out of 100. It tells you how you're doing, and I'm doing exceptionally well. And so I've got some good news and some bad news. So the good news is that safe is the new sexy, and the bad news is, I'm sorry ladies, but I'm happily married. So you'll also see that as you scroll down, you'll see the different types of distracted driving. So swiping and typing is the most dangerous, followed by handheld calls, followed by hands-free calls. So you can see how you're doing, you can see why it's risky, and you can get some tips for how to improve. Also, on a trip-by-trip basis, you could see how many distraction-free minutes you have and a list of the risky behaviors. So that's awareness. Okay? Second capability is rewards. So for every minute of distraction-free driving that you have, you earn a point. And if you earn 300 points, you earn the right to spin the prize wheel. And today, it's a $5 Amazon gift card, but you can imagine the possibilities being endless with gas, mobile rewards, coffee, anything to power a rewards program. And so I'm not supposed to do this because I'm an employee of the company, but we're going to spin the wheel and see what happens. Yeah, I know. See if I win. Aw, shucks. So maybe next time. So with rewards, and you can earn rewards the better you drive, the more chances you have to win. And you can also earn rewards for inviting your friends and family to the application. So it's great like that. The interesting thing I think about this, what's different is, if you think about what an insurer can offer today, you can offer something like this without discounting premiums. You can offer this to people who aren't in your usage-based insurance program, and you could even offer this to people who aren't customers yet, as a customer acquisition tool and as a way to drive down loss costs. And if you think about this for a moment, if you know anything about usage-based insurance, you know that the safest 5 to 15% of drivers will participate in these programs. Why? Because they know they're safe, right? They know they're going to get a discount. But what about the other 85 to 95%? Aren't they, by default, the most risky? Don't they need some help too? So this is a way to address the rest of your book if you're an insurer and offer them something to reduce your loss costs. Okay? So that's rewards. The last is gamification. So Mojo makes it fun. So we have leaderboards, so you can battle your friends and family for safe driving, world domination, and help each other get better. TrueMotion also has levels and badges, so you could see how you're doing, and it gives drivers the motivation to improve and gives them encouragement. And lastly, Mojo provides nudges. So here's an example of a post-trip notification. If you have a perfect drive, Mojo will congratulate you. And if you did some distracted driving, Mojo will give you some encouragement and some tips to improve. Okay? So awareness, rewards, and gamification, 3 great ways to create safer drivers. Mojo is available today as a free app in the United States, and it's coming soon to Europe. We're working right now with leading insurers to provide a branded version of Mojo for their portfolios. And if you are a European insurer and you would like to look at Mojo for your portfolio, come see me after this. And one more thing. Mojo gets results. So in the large-scale controlled field trials that we've done with insurers, when you apply these techniques, we've seen that it can make a difference. So what we've seen is that 75% of drivers will reduce their distracted driving by 20% over a period of 30 to 60 days. And I don't know about you if you think 20% is a big number or a small number, but for one of these insurers, that translates into an 11.5% reduction in frequency. And if they're able to get 1% of their customers to participate in programs like this, that's worth $20 million to them. So for all these reasons, this is why we're very excited about Mojo. And we know when it comes to driving, the smartphone is a problem, but we also know that it can be the solution. Thank you.